This index was first published, as probably you all know, in 2016, Social Progress Index. And it illustrates, I find it very insightful in the sense that this is one of the elements that illustrates the argument that GDP alone is not enough. And I think this is important because GDP is probably the most well accepted and the most standardized way to approach levels of development, but behind it there are lots of other elements that condition its growth and its quality. There is no progress or development. It can be growth, but there is no progress and there is no true development without taking into account social progress and the quality of this growth, environmental quality, sustainability from a social, from an economic, from an environmental point of view. So we are not just fostering with cohesion policy growth, we are fostering development and the engagement of the whole society in a joint progress. And I think the indicators that we have here, they really try to illustrate what we are talking about when we talk about these aspects. In a way, it is in fact this kind of understanding of the region that can help us discuss and set long-term development targets in a much more detailed way.
In order to achieve economic, social and territorial cohesion, we need place-based policies, tailored to the needs of each community. But to accomplish that, we also need to have an accurate picture of each region, with its strengths and weaknesses. In other words, we need data that is accurate, up-to-date, reliable, and most importantly, regional. In recent years, there has been a significant improvement on the collection and dissemination of regional data, but there are still many elements, especially related to the social and environmental dimensions, that are lacking in terms of depth and availability. Therefore, I would like to praise the work done by DG Regio with the EU Regional Social Progress Index, and in particular this 2.0 edition, which offers an innovative approach to measure the impact of regional policies and to accurately identify regional inequalities.
I think the key opportunity that this index gives us is a way of benchmarking and understanding the differences. And I think this is the key point. It is about understanding. It's not about rating, saying that one region is better than another. We see that this is a tool which allows you to target the specific needs of individual regions in a way which can be made operational to address issues, particularly in relation to basic needs and opportunity.
For me, that it looked that this index is a tool for shaping and monitoring the regional development, especially the policies that we are having, how to facilitate the interregional collaboration.
How is the world doing, and what can we see in the trends? With the Global Social Progress Index, we are able to build time series. The annual index that we publish every year takes us back to 2011. But we now also have a longer time series available, actually going back to 1990, and I invite all of you to explore that on our website. But this year's edition was different to the previous editions that we have published. And that's because after a decade of a relatively steady growth, for the first time, we see the world declining in its performance. We see that since 2011, the EU has improved, whereas the US has indeed seen a decline. If I were to perhaps select a sentence, a term that for me best demonstrates what social progress is, I will actually echo the words of the President of the Committee of the Regions that we have just heard, and that is leaving no people and no places behind.